Hello everybody, Game Grammar へようこそ。僕はトムです。I'm Tom, and welcome to Game Grammar. Today we're going to be playing some Pokemon Sun. We've got a lot of stuff to do, so I'll be getting cracking pretty soon. I just like to give people a few minutes to hop on in. I hope you've got your tea or whatever ready. Basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing Pokemon in Japanese, and using it to kind of study and learn and practice and all that good stuff. So I'm not fluent or anything like that. I don't want people to be mistaken. I do make mistakes on occasion. I try not to, of course. But, you know, this is about coming together and, you know, I try to explain what I can. If there's something I'm not totally sure on, I try to be honest about that. And if I make a mistake, I try to correct it. And if someone points out that I make a mistake, I try to correct it. Because when you make those mistakes and then you correct them, that's where the real learning is. So I hope everyone finds something that they can, like, mess up today and then learn from it. You'll see on the bottom screen I'm changing the party up a little bit because we've got a interesting battle coming up where we it's so tall where we need a couple grass types, so I just want to feed this big boy. Look at him. I think we have some rainbow beans, right? Rainbow bean, where are you? How do you do this? How do you do this? There we go. Okay. Rainbow bean. It goes all the way up. Anyways, I do have the chat open if you've got questions, or I do keep an eye on the comments if you have any questions also. You know, things like, hey, because it's like this is episode 63, I think. You kind of sped through that explanation because I've seen it like 100 times, so I'll speed through it sometimes. But I've only seen it like once. Can you please go back and explain that? I'm more than happy to if you bring it up in the chat or in the comments or something. So just speak up. Don't be afraid. Asking questions is how you learn. I've also got a link to the transcript down below, which is just all of the dialogue I expect that we'll find in this episode. Every once in a while we find a little, one or two fun extra things. But, yeah, you know, it's a really good way to review and study or, like, try it out on your own first and then come back to this video if you're watching afterwards. And just see what you know, test your knowledge, and then compare and contrast kind of thing. I think that about covers the beginning stuff, so let's get going. Daisy's asking, hello, how are you? I'm doing really well, Daisy. Thank you for asking. It is just it's been a good weekend. You know, just a good weekend. I don't know. I didn't have to cook yesterday, which was nice. I cook a lot, and I like cooking, but it's nice to not have to every once in a while. Here, let's go fast. Yeah, Gio's saying, 行きましょう! さあ、行こうよ. Alright. Here we go. So Team Skull's always got some really fun dialogue. They use a lot of colloquialisms, so, you know, this is really what I'm saying, like, if you're not sure, speak up. But you definitely get better at it. I was thinking today as I was going over the script, the first couple times I encountered Team Skull, how intimidating it was for me to, like, handle that dialogue, because it is different than most Japanese you'll see in games. Like, it's kind of a step or two beyond just basic stuff, you know? But now, like, I can read it and mostly understand it, which is nice. So, スカルダンの皆様、何のご用でしょうか? So, oh my goodness, I don't have the dictionary up. Oh no. What a fool I was. スカルダンの皆様. So, 皆様 is like everybody, 皆さん, you know, that whole thing. スカルダンの皆様 is the everyone who is also Team Skull. The no kind of makes it a, I don't want to say qualification, like a descriptor kind of thing. And then, 何のご用でしょうか? So, ご用ですか is, it's like errand, task, business, like something that you have to do. It's like, 何のご用? Nan is coming from like, nani, what? So, what kind of business do you have? And deshoka, it's a little more imploring. She's, you know, she's being nice to him. She's Lily, she's nice to everybody. 嫌がったぜ. So, 嫌がった is coming from 嫌がる, which is like to hate someone, to dislike someone. 嫌がる. It's the same kanji as kirai. So, you know, if you know that. It's a very, very aggressive word. You are not going to say this one to most Japanese people. Or hopefully to anybody. I hope you don't have to hate anybody. But it's kind of considered more rude in Japanese to say that to someone's face than it would be in English. So, 家がった is our past tense. So, 家がったぜ. So, you're like, we hated you. I hated you. おめえらよ。エーテルで聞いたけどよ. So, おめえら is coming from お前, which is yet again a very kind of rough and gruff way of saying you. This is his slangy way of お前, おめえ. You know, おめえら. The ra is like plural, so you and him and your other friend too, kind of thing. おめえらよ. This is him, like, the yo is very, like, assertive. He's clarifying, like, the ones I hated are you guys, right? エーテルで聞いたけどよ. So, エーテルで. This day is like in the location of, so Aetheru is talking about Aetheru Zaidan, the Aether Foundation headquarters. So in that location, Kita. Kita is Kiku, like to hear something. So we heard it at Aether Foundation. In Kedo is like but. So he's like, Aetheru de kita kedo yo. He's like, we hated you, but we heard it at Aether. Well, what did he hear? We gotta figure out. Yegatta ze. What is the ze? Thank you, David, for asking. So those are examples of things I just kind of like skip over. The ze is something that he's adding to the end. He said, yegatta ze. The ze is something he's adding to the end of his verb or sentence kind of thing. You're not going to see it after like this or anything like that. That'd be weird. But yegatta ze, it just adds a lot of forcefulness. It kind of adds a rough edge to the sentence in a sense. So the difference between yegatta and yegatta ze is the yegatta ze is or in your face kind of thing. It adds that kind of punk attitude, I guess you could say. And Japanese does that. They'll use extra, extra like sounds at the end of their sentences to have that sort of inflection that English might have just with tone of voice. It's a little bit of both in Japanese. So, 聞いたけどよ. 聞いたけどよ. The yo is similar to the ze. The ze is kind of a more punkish version of the yo, I guess you could say. It's more aggressive. But the yo is still that kind of, direct, forceful. He is telling it. He is telling his story. He is making sure you know. 聞いたけどよ. グズマさん、助ける方法知ってるんだって? So, グズマさん助ける. So, 助ける,助けてお願いします. 助ける is like to save someone, to help out. So, グズマさんを助ける would be to save Guzma. He's leaving out the o because, he don't need it. And he's speaking casually, and he's kind of a punk. So you drop things like the particle o. So, グズマさん助ける方法. 方法 is method, or like way to do something. So 助ける方法 is the way to save Guzma-san. 助ける方法 is the way to save Guzma. You put this verb, you just attach it right in front of that noun, and then the verb, and that whole kind of phrase, Guzma-san o tasukeru, modifies the noun. So it's not just the method, it's the method to save Guzma. Guzma-san tasukeru hoho. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so like yo, but with an attitude. Exactly. I'm not understanding any of this. I'm sorry, Daisy. Maybe like, pick out just one or two things and, pick out one or two things, see what you can get from that. As I said, it's kind of episode 63. So I kind of am going to be going faster. So maybe, go to earlier episodes if you need to, or, watch for 10 or 15 minutes, pick out kind of a list of 2 or 3 things. You're like, these are new things that I didn't know. This is some new vocab that I didn't know. And take that away from this episode. Because you're going to be learning at a different pace. And I don't know. You can't learn everything at once is the thing. If you try to learn everything at once, that's going to like overwhelm you and scare you and stuff like that. And it's not worth it. So pick out some stuff that you think you can manage. Take it at your own pace. Yeah, someone's saying, for this to make complete sense, it'd be better if you're at least intermediate. I like that a lot. Konnichiwa. What's language? What's language? What is language? Anyways, tasukeru hoho. So the method, the way to save someone. Shitteru. So shitteru is coming from shiru, to know something, to understand something. This shitte is what we call our te form. And when it's shitte iru, shitteru, when you have those two verbs put together, it has this kind of idea of it is currently happening. They are currently doing it. So shitteru, to know something currently, it's you know it, right? Shiru, just saying shiru would be like in the future you'll know it kind of thing. It's not something you say as commonly. Like I know it is shitteru. So shitteru ndatte. This ndatte is kind of an interesting thing. The datte is how you make a quote normally. So he's kind of like shitteru datte, kita together. It's like we heard this quote kind of thing, right? The thing we heard was that you have a method, you know a method to save Guzma. The in there, what it's doing is it's a little more explanatory. You'll also see shitteru no or something like that. Shitteru nano. You'll see things like that a lot. But the n is a little more shorter, colloquial, slangy. And what it's doing, he's explaining himself a little more. And this also can come off as being a little bit pushy if you use it too much. So, yet again, be a little careful. It's not as forceful as a yo, though. It's not on that level. So, tasukeru houhou shitteru n datte. It's like, we heard that you knew a way to save Guzma. Daisy's saying, all I know is arigato and konnichiwa in Japanese. Oh no! Yeah, that is definitely, you are definitely beginner level, Daisy. I would super recommend, what I would definitely recommend is we have our older episodes. I'm definitely going slower, as I said at the beginning of this episode. You know, we're 63 episodes in. Most of the people who've been keeping up with this series know kind of the basics at this point. Definitely learn your hiragana, katakana. 100% that is what you got to start with. And I would even recommend, if you can, reading through a couple chapters. I know, like, Taya Kim has a really good free guide online for just basic grammar points. You can look up Japanese language placement tests like N1, N2, N3, N4, N5. If you look up the N5 grammar points and you study the majority of those, and you can also look up YouTube videos. Last week I linked to a Nihongo no Mori, which does like 5 to 10 minute grammar lesson videos. And they're really good, and they have stuff that's N5 level, which is the beginner level, N5. So if you like type into Google Nihongo no Mori N5 JLPT N5 lesson, they have a whole bunch of stuff. It's super good, and it goes at a slower pace and introduces you to stuff. Because jumping in right here, it's fine just for practice and stuff like that, or if you're already at an intermediate level and you can grasp onto one or two things. But if you're a complete beginner, it's like throwing a baby into the deep end of the pool. It's not a good idea. So I wouldn't recommend it. You're more than welcome to hang out with us. I don't want to, like, shoo you away. I'm glad to have you along for the ride, but I don't think this is the best learning opportunity for you, is all. Yeah, so basically don't talk like these guys ever. Yeah, if you talk like Team Skull, people are going to think, one, that you're crazy, and two, that you're very rude, and they won't, like... no, it's not going to work. Maybe if you're like three buddies in the bar hanging out, you could. But general rule of thumb, if you're trying to gauge politeness levels in Japanese, is wait for the Japanese person to start first, because they know. So we're switching from polite to casual forms and stuff like that. Let them start it, because they know when it's appropriate, and it's harder for us. Alright, when I started watching this video, I didn't know anything. Yeah, it's tough. Anyways, sorry. ていうか、聞き出すから、骨まで痛めつけてね。So, 聞き出す, you know, kiku was to listen, right? So, kiki, it would be like, kikimasu, I will listen. Kikidasu is the two verbs kind of being put together. Kiki and dasu. Dasu is like to bring out. So, it's like to get information out of a person. Oh, what was it? I wrote down a really fun one somewhere. What was it? It's like, I can't remember what it was. Oh, spill the beans. I was like, it's kind of like spilling the beans, right? Kikidasu. You gotta spill the beans, get the information out of them. Teiyuka. This is toyuka. This is another way to kind of quote something. The to being like the te that we saw earlier. The datte, te, and then ius to say. So teiyuka is kind of like, that is to say, or rather, kikidasu kara. The kara is like, it's like because of that. So because we are going to get information out of you. Like, it's a little bit reversed from how we would say it in English, so you have to kind of read the whole sentence, and then it kind of locks into place. So, because we're going to get information out of you, 骨まで 痛めつけてね. So, 骨まで hone is bone. In this made is kind of like up until that point, up until that limit. So, 骨まで until the bone, 痛めつけて. 痛めつける is, itameru, sorry, just to start with, yet again, doing our kind of verb combos. Itameru is like to hurt someone, and then tsukeru is like to attach it to them, right? So, itame tsukeru is kind of this like we're gonna beat you down, we're gonna shake you down kind of thing. To rebuke, to taunt, to give a good shaking, to knock about is what this dictionary has listed. So, you know, that's the kind of thing. So we're gonna like shake you down, we're gonna beat you down until the bone, right? We're gonna beat you to the bone. 骨まで痛めつけてね。で、聞き出すから。So the 聞き出すから now makes sense. We're gonna beat you to the bone so that you spill the beans, so that we get information out of you. If that makes sense. Tagalog classes, oh my goodness. That sounds really cool too, though. Like, it's really fun. I don't know. I think learning interesting languages like that would be really cool. At least to know the basics. Japanese is, like, more fun if you want to play games, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so she said, you know, she's gonna beat me up so that she gets the information out of me. So let's go battle. Beat you to the bone. Yeah, it's a little dark, I guess. I mean, it's more of a pun than anything else, but it's not just beat though. It's also like, you know, shake is a definition they give in this dictionary for it too. It's like shake you to the bone, shake you down to the bones. That's something that we kind of say in English. We say something like that in English, anyways. I can't quite. I'm not good at English. It's the only language I'm fluent in, and I'm not good at it, everybody. Washibon no tsubame ga isi. Kouka wa batsugun da. Yatta ne. So that yatta ne, since I know we have some beginners in the chat today, yatta ne is coming from yaru, which is like to do. So, you know, yatta is in our past tense, yaru becomes yatta. This ta at the end is kind of our generic, like, past tense form. Yet again, if you don't know those conjugations, you can look up guides for them online that are way more helpful than listening to me talk about them. But yaru becomes yatta, so to do became you did it. So, you know, yatta ne is like, you did it. The ne is kind of like a soft, like, yeah, let's do it kind of thing. Yeah, you did it. Itai. Hato made itai. So itai is like it hurts. If you are, you know, paying attention to kanji and stuff, we've also got, or like our sounds and things like that. Itame tsukeru, itai. It's the same ita sound, right? So it's like our painful, painness. So itai, it's pain, painful. Hato made itai. So the made, yet again, it's like our limit. Our it goes up to here. So pain that goes all the way to the heart, right? All the way up to the heart. Hato made itai. Today I learned yatta comes from yaru, not just some random sounds. Yeah, I know, right? Tomu wa shoukin to shite 1408 yen 手に入れた. So 手に入れた is another great one for beginners if you're joining us today. 手に入れる. 入れる is like to put something in it. And that is a past tense. 入れた. So it was put in. It is our past tense. 入れる becomes 入れた. And 手に, te is hand, right? So te, in the knee is like kind of towards. So if you put something into towards the hand, 手に入れた, we obtained it, right? We got this. So, sorry, 1408 yen 手に入れた, we obtained 1,408 yen. 賞金として, the として is like, by, like, in the role of, I should say, like, as a reward. 賞金 is reward. So as a reward, as in the role of in the role of the reward, we got this yen. It goes because karu result, right? Kara result. David, ask your question again. Give me a little information. I'm sorry, it's like blanking on me. Are you saying that kikidasu kara? It's like we are going to get it out of you, and therefore we are going to shake you down to the bone. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I'd explain that backwards. It can get a little tricky doing it the English to Japanese, but yeah, kikidasu kara. We are going to get it out of you because we are going to shake you down, or flipping it around, we are going to shake you down so that we get it out of you. You can kind of do both a little bit of it. The kara is giving a like justification though, or giving an excuse in a sense. So we're going to get it out of you. That's why we're going to shake you down. Right? Okay. 勝負が終わっても言うから痛い. So 勝負が終わっても, 終わる is to end. It's like not I'm ending it, but the shobu is battle. So 勝負が終わる. 勝負が終わる. is the battle ends. The battle is over, right? In this temo form, owatte mo, is even if it ends. Even if it ends, iu kara. I'm going to say it, right? And I'm going to say it because itai, right? So, even though the battle is ended, I'm going to say it. It hurts. And she runs away. Yeah, thank you for asking clarification, David. Oira tachi no Pokemon matomete butsukette yaru. So, oira tachi. Oira is coming from ore. Just like, it's more slangy yet again. It's kind of like the omae becomes ome. Oira tachi. Tachi is like, and friends. Me and my buds, right? Oira tachi. Me and my buds no Pokemon. So, these are Pokemon that belong to these people. The no is modifying the noun. Well, I just looked at the time. I'm going to start going a little faster. I'm sorry for the beginners in the audience today. Yet again, go back to earlier episodes if I'm going too fast. But I know there's a lot of dialogue in this episode that we've got to get through. And I'm not going to be able to get through it all if I'm totally going beginner speed. So I'm very sorry. Yet again, if you have specific things you'd like me to go over, please bring them up in the chat. But I'm not going to just, like, go full slow. Anyways, oira tachi no Pokemon. So our Pokemon, matomete butsukette yaru. So matomeru is like to put in order to gather them all together. In the matomete, when you have it as a te form, it's like we're gonna do this and then. So it's like verb, comma. So we're gonna put them together, comma. Butsukette yaru. So butsukeru is like to beat, to attack something, to knock, to run into. So we're gonna put them in order and beat you. Butsukette yaru. This yaru after the te yaru makes it like we're gonna do it, you know, had to do it to him kind of thing. Matomete butsukette yaru. So we're gonna put all our Pokemon together and beat you up. Matomete butsukette yaru. Guzuma-san no tame nara honki 200% da ze. So Guzuma-san no tame nara. Tame is like for the sake of, and this nara is like if that's the case, if that's what we're considering. So Guzuma-san no tame, for the sake of Guzma, if we're doing it for Guzma kind of thing, if it's for Guzma's sake. Guzuma-san no tame nara honki 200%. 200% is 200%. Honki is like seriousness, like he's very like his earnestness kind of thing. So very serious 200%. And daze, the da at the end is like you might know des, or you know, it's just kind of your affirmative sentence ender. It is this, right? 200% da would be it is 200%. In the ze, yet again, is just very forceful, is adding a kind of zing to it. So, honki 200% da ze! It's our 200%! Yeah, Daisy, please practice learning your hiragana katakana. Go back to older videos where I go a little slower. I just know I won't be able to get through this whole video today if I go, like, that level slow. And yet again, hang out with us if you want, but I can't, or I could. I'm not going to. I don't have time to do it today to totally slow down. Let's go to Raichu. Yurekaeru, that's to exchange, to replace. Aite no yatomori no dokudoku ko... Was that kogeki right there? I missed it. But dokudoku is like, doku is poison. So Raichu wa doku o abita. Like, Raichu was bathed in the poison kind of thing. Doku no dameji o uketa. Right? Raichu received the poison damage. So doku is poison. Doku is just like super poison. It's gushingly copious, you know. Psychokinesis. Raichu no psychokinesis. So this is the psychokinesis, that is Raichu's. So this no kind of implies in this situation a possessiveness. I mean, that's, yeah, in other situations it'll modify a noun by kind of describing it and adding qualifiers to it. Like, it's not just the pencil, it is, I'm trying to think of an example. I'm trying to think of an example that's not just an adjective. I'm like, oh, yellow pencil, that wouldn't just be like no. I can't think of an example off the top of my head. But the no in this case, when it's like, 来中のサイコキネシス、トムの鉛筆、you know, リリエの, oh, what did I hit? Uh-oh. This is what I get for talking. リリエの、バグ, you know, リリエのバグ, Lily's bag. サイコキネシス。やったねー。相手のゴーストは倒れた。So that's a good example. 相手のゴースト。相手 is like opponent. So 相手のゴースト. It is the ghost, or the hunter. That is the 相手 is the partners. Partner being like battle partner. Like, you know, opponent in this sense. 来週はレベル51に上がった。上がった、上がる is to raise up. So this is our past tense yet again. 上がる becomes 上がった。It went up. 学習装置でそれぞれ経験値もらった。もらった is coming from もらう。I'm on a past tense kick today, I guess. 来週の毒の、来週は毒のダメージを受けた。そう、ゴルバットを繰り出そうとしているポケモンを入れ替えますか？はい。球根の方がいいね。入れ替える。Yeah, Haunter's name is just Ghost. I think Ghastly's name is like Golsu. I have to double check. And then Haunter's Golsuto. Gengar's Gengar, though. Yeah. Good luck, Daisy. I'm sorry that like this episode just isn't the best starting point for you. Maybe I should work on that. But I gotta think about it. I kind of just want to finish this series. We're so close to the end, y'all. Like, it's not that I'm sick of playing this game, but I would like to finish this series, move on to something else that has, like, a little different dialogue that we can engage with. ひどい例を繰り出そうとしているポケモンを入れ替えますか？ So, 繰り出そうとしている. When you have this, 繰り出す is like to send out. To draw, to sally forth, to send out. And when you have this kuridaso, it's like, I'm about to do it, right? Iku becomes iko, to go becomes let's go kind of thing. So kuridaso, let's send it out. But this is tosteru. It's like, kuridaso tosteru. It's like, it's kind of a, seems like he's about to do this. He's like, the tosteru, tosuru is kind of like, he's trying to do this. He's making an effort to do this. It's, you know, he's about to do this. He's about to send out Hidoide. Pokemon no irekaemasu ka? Will you replace him? Yeah. This is a good time for Raichu. Itte oide, Raichu. スカルダンの下っ端はHidoideを繰り出した。So, 繰り出そう becomes 繰り出した。10万ボルト。来中の10万ボルト。効果は抜群だ。So 効果 is like effect. Gotta make sure you got the right kanji, otherwise you're gonna think it's public imposts. No, it's effect. Effectiveness. And batsugun is just like super duper. Preeminence, right? The effect is preeminent. It was super effective. ラッタを繰り出そうとしているポケモンを入れ替えますか？ラッタ is, he's gonna be dark type in this one, right? I think you've got バカ力。戻っておいで、戻っておいで、行っておいで。So 戻っておいで。The おいで is kind of like, come here, do this, come do this. You hear it a lot. おいで、おいで。戻る. The first one we saw for Raichu is 戻っておいで. 戻る is to turn back, return. And then for Nakura, it was 行っておいで. 行って is coming from 行く, which in J form 行って. So 行っておいで. Come out. Go out. バカ力。相手のラッタの捨て身タックル。So it's a tackle. What is 捨て身？ほう。反動によるダメージを受けた。ナックラーはちょっとピンチで泣きそう。ナックラーのバカ力。ああ、ここは抜群だ。やったね。 相手のラッタは倒れた. What about 終わったら is like if finished. Yeah, 終わったら is coming from 終わったら is coming from 終わる. And it's kind of, the conjugation rules are the same as our past tense 終わった, but たら is more of an if thing. Like, if you do this, like 終わったら食べられる. Like, if it ends, then you are able to eat it. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. It's nonsense sentence, but, you know, you can make if-then statements. 終わったら kind of has a hint of surprise to it sometimes, too, where it's like you're a little bit surprised at the then statement. So, like, if I went down the stairs, there is a party kind of thing. So it has a little bit of a, if-then, has a little bit of sequential to it. You've got to read a lot of sentences just to grasp around it, if that makes sense. It's one of those things you just have to practice. So yeah, 終わったら is a thing you could do. Anyways, おいらたちの 200% ってお前の何%だよ? So, this って yet again, that's our quote. So like, おいらたちの 200% って he's like, our 200%, like all in quotes, like this whole thing, that concept. お前の何%? So お前の何% is your what percent. 何 is 何? Your what percent. Like how many percent of yours だよ? So it's a question, but he's not asking like a ka or anything. It's just like, because he's just being very affirmative. He's just like so taken back. He's like, how many of your percents is our 200%, if that makes sense? Like, I want to say that better in English because that was a mess of a sentence. Our 200% is your what percent kind of thing? Yeah, that makes sense. トムは賞金として2100、2816円手に入れた. You can understand the tara form as in when, right? I mean, like, a little bit in the sense that you could say, like, if you do this, then that happens. Then you could also translate that as when you do this, then that happens. You've got to be really mindful. This is something I struggle with, and I think a lot of people struggle with in Japanese, is they get too fixed up on the kind of what the dictionary lists the translation as being, when really what you've got to do is you've kind of like, you got to look a layer past that, and you've got to realize the dictionary is describing this idea to you, and it's the same idea that the Japanese is describing to you. So it's like the English and Japanese are both these like constructs that are the same core idea, and you have to like go past the languages to get to that idea. So like for any given sentence, there's probably more than one way to translate it, if it's a complex enough sentence at least. And some of those ways are going to be better or worse than others at representing that idea. So you've got to figure out how to do that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough subject. Japanese is really hard to do between English. Am I back on? I'm back on. Okay. Looks like I hiccuped there. My internet's been weird the past few weeks. I don't know why exactly. If things start going crazy from here on out, please speak up. Most of the time, I think last week it was a little hiccupy too, but since it's mostly just, you know, dialogue and we sit and talk about it, it's not a huge deal if the frame rate's not great. But let me know if there's, like, actual issues, please. Anyways, so maketa is past tense, and then demo is like but. I lost but. This ga is kind of like the same as the demo. You see the ga more in actually a, like, reading, if that makes sense. Like, if you are writing an essay or a book or something like that, like, a literary language, is the ga. But, I don't know, you can say it out loud too. It's fine. So, maketa ga, we lost, but, akiramenai. Akirameru is, to give up. So, akiramenai, that's our negative form, akirameru, akiramenai. So, I lost, but I won't give up. Maketa ga yo, akiramenai ze. And yet again, both of these have their own yo and ze, because they're both very forceful statements. He's like, I know this, I know I lost, but I'm not giving up. Datte. So this datte, it is like the same quotation thing we saw earlier, but at the beginning of the sentence, it's more like, cause of that, you know, given that, because of that, datte, tsukaredan damon. So, we're not gonna give up. That's because we are Team Skull, right? Tsukaredan damon. This damon is coming from damono, or like, when you have mono at the desu mono kind of thing, when you have mono at the end of the sentence, mono, usually you'll see it translated as thing or object, or person. But at the end of a sentence, it's giving an excuse or a reason for something. And that's this damon is a shorter form of that. So datte sukaredan damon. He's like, that's because we're Team Skull, yo, kind of thing. You know, even I lost, but I'm not going to give up. That's because we're Team Skull. Yoshina, makeinu ga mittomo nai. So makeinu is makeru, to lose. Inu is dog, right? So makeinu is like a losing dog. It's like sore loser. So Yoshina. Yoshi is kind of like, all right, that's enough. Yoshina, that's enough. Makeinu ga mittomo nai. Mittomo nai is coming from miru, actually. That is kind of where it all comes from. But this is a little more of a, like, unseemly, unsightful, shameful, indecent. The English translation for this line was actually really fun. I don't always write down English translations, but I did for this episode because Team Skull has really good localization, I feel. The localization team did a really good job translating their lines. So she said, what did she say in English? Yeah, no one wants to see a sore loser, is what this line is in English, which I think is a really fun one. Yoshina, makeinu ga mittomo nai. So, you know, a sore loser is disgraceful, is shameful kind of thing. Yeah, Argenis puts it the best. It really does depend on the context. Sometimes tara will mean if, other times it'll mean when. Ririe anta. So, oh, Lily, you... Kakugo kimeta no kai? So kakugo is such a cool word. It's like resolution, your decisiveness kind of thing. It says resignation right there, but after that it says readiness, preparedness. And kimeru is to decide something. Like, I decide this. So, like, have you decided on your resolution, on your will to, like, power through it kind of thing? So decide. They used kimeru really differently. We saw this in the last episode too, if you go back. Where it's not just deciding something, it's more like your mind is fixed on it, right? So it's like, in this sense, like, I wouldn't say, are you decided in your resolution? Like, that doesn't make sense in English. But it's like, have you made up your mind? Like, are you ready to go through with this? Like, you know, it's kind of about, how is your mental state with this, is kind of what this is getting to. So, kakugo kimeta no kai. This no, the no is kind of imploring, it's a question. Kai is yet again a question. It's ka is our normal, it's kind of like our verbal question mark, but kai is a yes or no question mark, specifically. So, kimeta no kai, yes or no. Yeah, for people in the chat, Rockin' X who's in there, in case it's not clear, he helps edit everything on the channel, and helps me go over scripts and stuff before they're due. So he's not just a random person, I'm kind of like trusting him, just making sure people know that. And he has better descriptions for things than I do a lot of time. I just have the streaming equipment, because that's life. Anyways, Purumeri is saying, Tsuka sa, anta ni wa warui koto shita yo ne. So, tsuka sa, this is coming from toyuka, which we saw earlier, which is like, that is to say, you know, toyuka, or rather, anta ni warui koto shita would be like, we did something bad to you. The wa just makes it so that Lily is also the subject of this sentence. So you gotta be careful. Niwa is usually used as this, like, in regards to you kind of thing. I think in one of our first Leaf Green episodes, we have like a whole like 5-minute thing where we talk about it, because it is a crazy subject. But here it's very simply anta ni, and then the wa is a separate, like, you are also the subject of this sentence kind of thing. But Lily's not the one doing the suru in this case. Just gotta make that clear. And there's warui koto shita. Warui koto. Warui is bad. Koto is like thing. Koto. Gotta pull it up. Oh, this song's really cute. I didn't hear this when I was going through. I didn't recognize it. And shita is our past tense for suru. Suru becomes shita. So, anta ni wa warui koto shita yo ne. Like, we did bad stuff to you, right? We did terrible things to you, is what she's saying here. 代表に頼まれた仕事とはいえ、あんなことを。So, 代表に頼まれた. So, 頼む, this is a word we're going to see a lot in this episode. You should learn it. 頼む, to request, to beg someone, right? So, 頼む, to request. 頼まれる is our passive form, which means it was done by someone else. So, 代表に頼まれた. 頼まれる. So, it was requested by the 代表, which is like our company representative. She's talking about Lusamine, who's like president in English, I think. So representative. We were requested by the representative. 代表に頼まれた仕事. Shigoto is just job. So it was a job that was requested by the president. Just our same verb and things attached to the verb modifying a noun that we saw earlier in the episode. 代表に頼まれた仕事. A job that was requested by the president. とはいえ、あんなことを. So とはいえ is kind of like, no, it was this, although it was this. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, it's not in the dictionary. Never mind. But it's like, it's kind of like saying, even though it was a job requested by the president, 代表に頼まれた仕事とはいえ、あんなこと. So こと yet again, this thing, あんな is like that thing. あのこと、あんなこと. It's like that thing over there that happened in the past. このこと, it's like our この、その、あの, right? So あんなこと. So that thing that we did kind of thing. 今更謝っても許されることじゃないけど. So 今更, 今更 is kind of like saying for right now at this like, yeah, at this late hour, I kind of like, I like that a lot. 今更, now, even now kind of thing. It's too late now. But 謝っても, so 謝る is to apologize, right? So 謝っても, even if I apologize now at this late hour, 許されることじゃない. So ことじゃない is like it is not that kind of thing. 許されること is 許す coming from like to forgive, and then 許される, which is our passive. So it's like to be forgiven by somebody else, right? So 謝っても許されること would be even if I request it, it could be forgiven, but then じゃない, it's not something that could be forgiven, right? So you're saying even if I apologize for it now, it's not something that could be forgiven. 今更謝っても許されることじゃないけど. Doing that with no makes it informal, right? Well, when she had the no date back there, no, it's the no kai. I mean, yes, because there's no like des or anything like that. So yeah, I would say that it's a informal sentence. I don't think the no inherently makes it informal. You'll see like no des and things like that in sentences as well. So not an absence of des, but like no des. Also, you'll see des, which is also, they're both kind of explanatory things. Guzma wa sa. So Guzma wa sa. The sa is kind of like, well, so she's like, Guzma, about Guzma. We're going to talk about Guzma now. The was, yet again, kind of sentence topic marker. You know, we're talking about Guzma now. Guzma wa sa. 代表が好きなのさ. So, 代表が好き this, you know. When you have this が好き, it's like, I like this thing, right? So, he likes the representative. This is like, when you talk about people, it's more of a romantic implication. You know, so you could translate this as he likes the president, or you could even translate it as he loves the president, depending on what your context is and what you're going for. You know, so, and then the na no sa. The sa at the end is just kind of her, it sort of softens the sentence a little bit, and it's, yet again, it's kind of their way of like verbalizing what we might do in tone. So it's, there's not a great way to put that into words. The nano is telling a story. It's kind of that no des, no da, nda kind of thing all over. So that nano, so she's like, she's telling a story to us. She's explaining it to us. 代表が好きなの? He liked the president. He loved the president. あいつの強さを認めてくれる唯一の大人だからさ. So あいつの強さ. 強さ is coming from 強い, which is strong, strength. あいつの強さ is あいつ is that guy, you know, he, that guy. あいつの強さを認めてくれる. 認める is like to recognize, to appreciate. I'd like to. So, you know, she's like, his strength, あいつの強さを認めてくれる. The てくれる is specifically saying, like, she recognizes it and she gives that to him. Like, talking about someone else giving to someone else giving. is kureru. Instead of ageru would be like I give, right? Kureru is they are giving. So this mitomete kureru is she gave that to him. She recognized his strength and gave that to him. It's kind of like a they're saying it out loud. It's stuff that in English we would kind of have in like parentheses or implication, right? Anyways, 唯一の大人だからさ。唯一 is like soul only, the only one. 唯一の大人 is adult. So 大人 is adult. So 唯一の大人 is the only adult, right? So 認めてくれる唯一の大人 is the only adult who recognized his strength and gave it to him. だからさ. This is her explaining. You know, the previous thing was he liked her. Why did he like her? 認めてくれる唯一の大人だから. You know, because she was the only adult who recognized him. あの人は母様はわがままです。あの人は so this あの人 she's talking about her mom. She's like rephrasing it. So あの人 that person, my mother, わがままです。So あの人 you know, I said I was kind of talking about the あんなこと you could also say このことそのこと just to clarify この is like something that is like very close by to you. その is something close by to the other person that you're talking to. あの is far away from both of you. So あの人, that person who is far away from both of us right now, yeah, that we are just talking about though, it like so あの人 could be without her clarifying, it could have been Guzma as well, but she does clarify. She says 母様. She's like, my mother わがままです. Wagamama is selfishness. So like my mother is selfish, you know. That person, my mother is selfish. Japanese, man. Yeah, right, David? Right? Yeah, I feel that all the time. Anyways, 自分が好きなものだけを自分勝手にめでて. So, this sentence. This is, of all the sentences in the transcript for this week, this is the one sentence where I'm like, what? I'm not sure about that. So what's going on here? 自分 is like self, right? So 自分が好きなもの. So this is not like, so earlier it was like 代表が好き was Guzma likes, Guzma-san は代表が好き. That's Guzma likes the representative, right? This 自分が好き is a little bit different. This is more of a, the ga is like emphasizing the ga, but it's more of a wa, if that makes sense. Like 自分が好きなもの, right? So 好きなもの, mono is thing. I think this is the better way to do it, sorry. So 好きなもの is the things that you like, right? So 自分が好きなもの, the things that you like personally. So this, you know, so it's not like the things that you like that are yourself, it's the things that you like. 自分が好きなもの。だけ is only. So only the things that you like を自分勝手にめでて. So just 好きなものだけをめでて, めでる. This is our same kanji as ai, love. So めでる is to love, to admire. So 好きなものだけをめでて. She only loved the things that she liked. In 自分勝手に, 自分勝手 is kind of like selfishly, without a regard to others in a sense. Maybe it's katte. It is, you can say it both ways. I'm just, when I say maybe it's gatte, or katte, I'm saying for this dictionary. This is jibun katte, jibun gatte is also accepted. But yeah, selfish, self-centered. So she selfishly only loves the things that she likes. It's kind of like saying, right, that doesn't make sense just to literally translate that into English. But what she's saying, my interpretation of it is, she picks and chooses the things that she's going to love without a regard for their feelings about it, you know, without a regard for other people's feelings. The English translation, I did look this one up, is she lavishes her love only on those she deems worthy, not caring whether it is wanted or not. So, you know, some perspective there. I think it's a good translation for that line. 自分が好きなものだけを自分勝手にめでて。でも、助けます。言いたいことを言うために。Alright. So, でも、助けます。You know, so でも is but. However, 助けます。I will savor. This comes from 助ける. So it's becoming our, this is our polite form because Lily's so polite and we love her for it. You know, but I'm going to save her, right? でも、助けます。 言いたいことを言うために。So, 言いたいことを言うために。Let's start the 言うために. Tame is, of course, sake. We saw that earlier in this episode, right? For the purpose of doing this, for the sake of doing this. 言うために. 言う is to say something, right? So, 言うために. In order to say it, what are we doing in order to say it? Well, 言いたいことを言う. So, 言いたい is coming from 言う as well, which is to say, but it's like, I want to say. So, 言う becomes 言いたい, I want to say. And こと is thing, right? So, 言いたいこと is the thing that you want to say. So, 言いたいことを言うために is for the sake of things, for the sake of saying the things that I want to say. I will save him. でも助けます。言いたいことを言うために. Oh, hi Tom, really love your channel. It's not just my channel. And your content has improved so much since I watched the first episode of this series. I know, it blows my mind too. How much... It's amazing how practicing every single week improves your Japanese, right? Thanks so much for putting up so much work for us in for free. That means a lot. I'll also say, I do make a little bit of money off this with the Patreon. Some people are very generous and throw some money my way, which I love. And some of that does go to pay for like the websites and games and things like that. And we do split it with our team members because everyone on the team does put in work, checking things and teaching things and things like that. So, it's not that I get nothing out of it. Also, it's a good excuse to practice. I definitely don't get nothing out of this. Anyways, でも助けます。言いたいことを言うために. However, I will save her because for the sake of saying the things that I want to say to her. そうしたら、グズムさんも一緒に助けられますよね。そうしたら. So this したら is kind of like, it's we were talking earlier about like 終わったら, if it ends. したら is if you do it, right? そうしたら. So is kind of, our そうですね. So it seems to be that case in this way. So そうしたら. So if I do that, グズムさんも, グズムさん as well. So this more is like, in addition to, 一緒に助けられますよね. 助けられます. 助ける, remember? 助ける, 助けます. 助けられます. When you have this 助けられる, from 助ける, it's to be able to do something. I'm able to do this. So, グズマさんも助けられます. I will be able to save Guzma as well if I do that. そうしたら、グズマさんも助けられます. And the 一緒に is together, like, I'll be able to save him together along with my mom kind of thing. We usually see this as I'll go along together with you, we will do this together, but this one's more of a I can save Guzma and my mother together. Guzma-san mo 一緒に助けられますよね. So the one is interesting because the yo is like very aggressive and assertive, but the ne is kind of softening it and making it like, yeah, let's be friends. So, this is her like double, I am very impassioned and I have, I know what I'm going to do and I'm going to get it done, but also I'm being nice to you, 助けられますよね. あんた、芯の部分は代表に似ているかもね. So, 芯の部分. Shin is really cool. If you know your kanji, you'll notice that shin right there has heart in it. And actually, it does kind of mean heart, but it's like wick of a candle or like the core of pencil. It's also lists marrow here. So, 芯の部分. Bubun is part. So, あんた、芯の部分は. So, it's like part of your heart, part of your core of your person kind of thing, right? 芯の部分は代表に似てるかもね. So, に似てる. 似る is to resemble something. 似ている is to be currently resembling something. It's not in the future it will resemble, or it's not in the past it resembled. It is right now, it is currently in a state of resembling it. 代表に似ているかもね. So, 代表に似てる. So, it's like part of your heart resembles the representative, the president's, right? And the かもね is kind of like, maybe it does, perhaps it does. Duck. It's coming from kamoshiremasen, which they, which is like, perhaps I think that, right? Maybe I don't, maybe I think that kind of thing. Kamoshiremasen, perhaps that is how it is. So she's saying, perhaps your heart is a little bit, like, it resembles the representatives, the core of you. あんた、芯の部分は代表に似ているかもね. 種類は違うけれど、気持ちの強さは感じるよ. So, 種類は違うけれど, so, 種類 is like type classification. I love this. In like, if you just straight translate this to English, it's like, part of the wick of you resembles the representative, but the variety is different. Because 違う is different. 違う. So 種類は違う. The variety is different. I mean, how would you say that in English then, right? And けれど is like けど, but, however. So it's like, but the variety is different. How would you say that in English, though? I did not look this line up in English, actually. So I don't know how they localized it, but I would kind of go more like, it is fun to, like, your heart, you know, it's kind of like saying, it has aspects that are similar to it. Your drive is similar to the representatives, but the core, but like, you know, it's a different beast. It has different qualities to it. It's not the same. You're not just a, like, copy of your mother. You are different, but you both have that drive. Is kind of what she's getting at. I mean, that's getting a little bit beyond what's in the text itself, obviously, but if that helps you make sense of it, you know. So the variety, the classification is different, but 気持ちの強さを感じるよ. And yeah, this second sentence is clarifying more what I was saying. So 気持ち is feeling, and 強さ, 強い becomes 強さ. 強い being strong. 強さ is like the strength of it, the measurable strength. So 気持ちの強さ, the strength of the feeling を感じる. 感じる is to be able to feel. Like to sense it, you know. So she's like, I can feel the strength of your feelings, of your emotions. Like, so yeah, this clarifies what she's saying though. Like, you know, it resembles your mother. You are different, but I can feel the strength of your emotions just the same. Like, I sense that drive in you, that spark in you. 気持ちの強さを感じるよ。グズマのこと、頼めたぎりじゃないけれど、Guzma no koto, yet again, this is Guzma no koto, his thing, I think I translated this in this script as Guzma's biz when we were going over the dialogue together, because, you know, she's say, if I was translating into English, like, seriously, I'd just be like, Guzma, ... But, you know, she's saying the affairs of Guzma, Guzma's experience, Guzma's state, you know, Guzma no koto, Guzma's biz, 頼めたぎりじゃないけれど, so 頼めた, remember, 頼む, 頼める would be, like, to be able to request someone, right? So 頼めたぎり. Giri is, like, giri is interesting. It's like a sense of social obligation and duty. Like, around Valentine's Day, you'll hear of women making giri choco for men because women are expected to give men chocolate on Valentine's Day in Japan. And giri choco is, like, social obligation chocolate that you have to give to, like, your boss because of social obligations, though you're not even romantically involved with him, kind of thing. So that's my first attachment point for giri. But, you know, tanometa giri, so a sense of duty that I could have requested of you, janai. So, you know, this is not something I can request of you. This is not a social obligation that I can ask of you. This line I did look up. Where is it? Yeah, you're not, you've got no reason to help. Yeah. It's like you're not obligated to do favors. So, 頼めたぎりじゃないけれど. So, けれど remembers but. So, you're not obligated to do favors. But, どこかに消えたままでは償わせることもできやしない. Oh my goodness. 250 pounds. Buy yourself a coffee. That's so nice, Raptorak. I appreciate that so much. I will buy myself a coffee. Oh. Anyways, どこかに消えたままでは, so 消える is like to go out, to be extinguished kind of thing, but it's also to disappear. So 消えた, you know, to have disappeared is our past tense. どこかに, どこ is where, どこか is like somewhere, so どこかに消えた is he disappeared to somewhere, right? I don't know where. どこかに消えた. In the mama de, mama is like just the same, remaining the same. It's kind of this more as it is sort of thing. So I would translate this one as like, as long as he has disappeared, as he's gone off and vanished somewhere, right? As long as he's gone off and vanished somewhere, then this next thing. どこかに消えたままでは saying like as long as it's kind of saying as long as the situation remains that he has disappeared, right? But it's more of a, you know, in English, so long as he's done this, blah 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 blah. 償わせることもできやしない. So 償わせる is coming from 償う, which is like to compensate someone, to make up for. 償わせる is our causative, like to make someone compensate for, to make someone make up for. So 償わせることもできやしない. できやしない is coming from できる, which is to be able to do. In this やしない ending is like it's a more colloquial and it's a very emphatic negative. So you take that できる, できます. Specifically, it's the できます form. You take off that mas and add やしない. So できやしない, it's like I cannot do that. Very emphatic. So 償わせることもできやしない is I cannot make him make up for what he has done, right? I cannot make him compensate for what he has done. And the qualification is as long as he is vanished off somewhere. So どこかに消えたままでは償わせることもできやしない. I hope that one makes sense. It's like a couple more advanced things going on all at the same time, and you have to understand them all. So if you are confused about that one, please let me know. Once you get the puzzle pieces clicking, though, it makes sense. 遅れてすみませんでした. It's okay, Joe. Don't worry about it. Just, you know, glad to have you here. トム、あんた、全然普通の子じゃなかったね. My brain got ahead of my eyes. So あんた、トム、あんた is you, あなた、あんた. 全然じゃない, you know. 全然 is like not at all. Wholly, entirely, but when you have じゃない, which is our negative verb right there, it's not at all. So 全然普通の子じゃない. You know, you are not a normal kid at all. 普通 is normal, 子 is kid. So you're not a normal kid at all. じゃなかった makes it our past tense. So じゃない becomes じゃなかった. So 全然普通の子じゃなかったね. It's like you weren't a normal kid at all. スカルダンだけでなく、エッテルの闇にも立ち向かってさ. So スカルダンだけでなく. So だけ is just, so スカルダンだけ, only Team Skull, でなく. We usually see ではなく, but you know, でなく. She's, you know, she's slangy. But you know, it's not just Team Skull. スカルダンだけでなく. Not just Team Skull. エーテルの闇にも. So 闇 is like darkness. But it's also referring to like the shady parts of it. So エーテルの闇, the like the darkness of Aether. エーテルの闇にも. So in the darkness of Aether as well, 立ち向かってさ. Well, it's not in. I shouldn't say in. It's more of a against, because 立ち向かう is like to stand up against. It's like to stand up and face. 立ち向かう to fight against, to oppose. So エーテルの闇に立ち向かう would be to stand up and fight against the darkness of Aether, right? So you didn't just stand up against Team Skull, but you also stood up against the Aether Foundation. And it's 立ち向かってさ. So the te is, you know, yet again, it's kind of a comma. She's not done talking necessarily. And the sa is just kind of our, you know, whew. 大したポケモントレーナーだよ. So 大した, 大する, it's big done. Because surus to do tai is like big, taista. So it's like a big deal. You have done a big thing. You have accomplished something considerable, great, important, significant. So taista Pokemon trainer da yo. So you are a very accomplished, important trainer. The dayo being like, you know, it's kind of like this. Pokemon trainer this. You are this. But remember, in casual speech, you don't use the da unless you want to be extra affirmative about it. As well as the yo, I guess. But, you know, taista Pokemon trainer would be our, like, more neutral, you are a considerable Pokemon trainer. But the dayo makes it like, you are a really considerable, accomplished Pokemon trainer. Hora, o hime-sama o mamotte agena. So hora is like, look, hey, look here. O hime-sama. O hime is princess. So o hime-sama is like, O is an honorific, sama is an honorific, so she's really like, this young lady, o mamotte agena. So mamotte is coming from momoru, to protect, and it's mamotte ageru. But she's not saying, and it's not just ageru, that's age nasai, age nasaru, which is our like keigo for to do. When you have age nasai, it's a more polite, like, please do this for me. Mamotte age nasai, please protect her for me. Please protect her and give that to me, you know. お詫びとして毒タイプの Z クリスタルをあげるからさ。お詫びとして So we always have our 賞金として in battle, which is like as a reward, as, you know, as a bonus for victory. This is お詫び, which is more of an apology. The O is our, sorry, I typed an owabi on the thing. The O is just an honorific, like ohime-sama. It's wabi. Wabi is an apology. So, owabi to shite. So, as an apology, doku type no Z crystal. So, the poison type, doku, poison type Z crystal, o ageru. So, she's going to give us the poison type Z crystal. Karasa. So, ageru karasa. So, I'm going to give it to you, and therefore, you know, protect her because I'm giving you this Z crystal kind of thing. It goes all around every which way. トムは毒 Z を手に入れた。トムは毒 Z を Z クリスタルポケットにしまった。そうや、トム。So, you know, そうや, it's kind of like, she's like, well then, you know, that's kind of how it is. Well then, Tom. そうや、トム。カプコケコから直々に石をもらったんだって。So, kapukokeko kara. This kara is not because, this kara is from. So, kapukokeko kara, from kapukokeko. Jiki jiki ni moratta. Morau is to receive. So, morau is to receive. So, moratta is our past tense, received. Jiki jiki ni is like directly. So, kapukokeko kara jiki jiki ni moratta is you received it directly from kapukokeko. What did we receive? Ishi o. This o, remember, tells us what we're verbing, right? So, o morata is we received this. Ishi is stone. So, you received that stone directly from kapukokeko. And then it's datte, yet again, which is kind of our explanatory. I heard this. We saw it earlier with the etere de kite, datte kind of thing. So, you know, that's what I heard, right? I heard you got that stone directly from kapukokeko. Where it's like kind of, that's what they say in a sense. Like, it's, there's no verb saying I heard this or people say this, but it's kind of like she's putting it in quotes, so you could kind of extrapolate that from there. Like, she knows this because other people said it, right? Oh, green has also used stem plus na for commands, so I'm not sure if it's polite. Huh, okay. Maybe it's not. I always think of it as polite. Just because it has that nasai, which is a keigo verb. I'd have to look into that then. I've just assumed, which is not always a great idea. Maybe nasai is polite, but when you just have na, which makes it short, it's not polite. Maybe that's it. Gotta look into that. Learning new things every day, that's the way you gotta play. Video games, yeah. Anyways. 大事にしなよ、その Z リング。So, 大事にしなよ。This is yet again, する becomes します、しなさい. So she's like, please do that. And 大事に is importantly, treasure it. You know, 大事にして is take good care of it. Importantly do it. Valuably do it, right? Take good care of it. 大事にしなよ. Take good care of it. その Z リング. That Z ring that you have. Sono, right? Not Kono. Kono would be one she has. Sono is the one I have. Pokemon がいて初めて Pokemon トレーナーなんだ. So, Pokemon がいて初めて Pokemon トレーナーなんだ. This sentence is really cool, and I totally messed it up. So, the first time I messed it up. So thank you, Arhenis, for catching me on this. It uses 初めて in a weird way that you normally don't see. So, Pokemon がいて. Ite is coming from iru, which is to be. So, like, Pokemon are there, right? Pokemon がいる. Pokemon are there. Pokemon がいて初めて Pokemon トレーナーなんだ. This 初めて, usually we see 初めて as being like the first time, but it has a second meaning that's not listed here. If you look it up on Jisho, you'll find it though, which is more of a only after this case, then, or only when you do this, then this other thing happens. So it's kind of an if then, but the it's not really an if then. I shouldn't say that. But it sets up this kind of train of thought though. Like when there are Pokemon, then you can be a Pokemon trainer kind of thing. You're not a Pokemon trainer until there are Pokemon around. So Pokemon ga itte hajimete Pokemon trainer nanda. It's like, you know, you are a Pokemon trainer because Pokemon are there, sort of thing. それを忘れたら株の罰を Now then, so それ that thing that she just said それを忘れたら so 忘れる is to forget something. And if you forget that それを忘れたら forget that 株の罰を so 株の罰 batsu is like punishment. I'm actually not sure that this is batsu though, because this kanji can also be read as batsi, which is more of a divine punishment. And that makes more sense for the kapu, right? So maybe it should be kapu no bachi. And then the o is like o shimasu, like kapu no bachi o shimasu. Like if you forget that Pokemon are the reason you're a Pokemon trainer, then the kapu's punishment ... they will do it to you. Oh yeah, sorry. I want to go back to that hajimete line, because I did write down the English because I think it's interesting. They wrote down a trainer is only a trainer because of Pokemon, right? If that makes sense. Pokemon ga itte hajimete. So only after there are Pokemon there, Pokemon trainer nanda, are you a Pokemon trainer, right? You're not a Pokemon trainer without your Pokemon. Sorry. And それを忘れたら if you forget that 株の罰を あんたなら安心だけどさ So あんたなら yet again the nara is kind of like our if form, like if that's the case あんたなら So like if it's you 安心だけどさ So 安心 is like relief, peace of mind, like, you know, she's saying she's not worried, right? If it's you though, I'm not worried about it. あんたなら安心だけどさ 帰るよ I'm going home. Alright, I sometimes get the impression that verb masu plus na makes it sound like verb won't you? Similar to masenka, but more casual. Oh, that's an interesting way to put it. So like tabena, like tabemasenka, tabena. I have to try that out. That's an interesting way to think of it, because then you're like conflating the na with tabenai a little bit. I don't know. I'll have to double check this. It's very interesting. I love finding new things that confuse and perplex me. Great to know that I still have so much more to do. One of my friends started studying German recently for her PhD stuff. She needs to learn how to read research papers that are in German. Oh, goodness. And she's like, oh my goodness, it's so hard. And I'm like, yes, welcome. And it never ends. The ride, you get on this roller coaster and it never stops. Tabe not eat, won't you? Kind of, yeah. Yeah, as opposed to taberu na, do not eat. Yeah. I like that, Joe. I'm going to look into that, though, because I really want to be 100% certain. I am writing it down, though, won't you? Oh, gosh. We're getting close to the end of the series. When the series is over, I should, like, post pictures of all of my notes that I've taken through the whole thing. I think I have them all still. I mean, I don't think I have all my sticky notes. I have so many sticky notes that I've thrown away over the past few years. But, I keep a lot of it. Some of it's neater than others. Anyways, back to the game. What we're actually here for. スカルダンにもいろいろあるのですね。So, スカルダンにもいろいろある。いろいろ is like, variety, various. So, いろいろある is there are various things, right? スカルダンにも. So, in school, so you could say in Team Skull there are various things. スカルダンにいろいろある. You have the ni mo, that makes it like, even in Team Skull, いろいろある. There are various things. Like, saying, you know, it's not just, like, even in Team Skull is included in all these other places where we know there's lots of variety in life. The no desu, you know, that's our nda that we were seeing earlier, our, she's explaining what she just learned. And it's, you know, she's kind of looking for an answer, is what the no desu kind of does. It's, I'm inviting you to say yes or no to me, to confirm it. So, スカルダンにもいろいろあるのですね. So, you know, it's using aru instead of iru. This is something that I remember way back when I was a little confused about. Why is it using aru? Because aru is for inanimate objects. and you'd think it would be iru because we're talking about people, we're talking about team school members, right? But it's more saying like personality traits that they have and that they possess, not like people. So like even in Team Skull, there's more to their personality than just being mean. Like Purumeri is kind of like a rough person, but she just said a lot of nice things and she complimented us and she wants to make things right, right? Like they're not just one-dimensional, is what she's saying. So they possess more to their personality than just one thing. So it's iru iro aru no desu ne. Tomu-san, いつもありがとうございます. So Tom, thank you so much for everything. It's for all the time, I guess. You know, all the time, thank you for everything. You always, usually, every time. In English, I'd probably translate that as thank you for everything instead of thank you for always, but, you know. Pokemon-san no genki ni shimasu ne. I'm gonna make him healthy. I'm gonna heal him. I need to see those notes. There must be so many. I know, there are so many. I'm not even sure where they all are. I know I keep them around somewhere, but, my desk. Tomu-san, saidan desu ne. So saidan is altar. That's where we're going, ostensibly. Shrine, sanctuary. Sorry, I was like, what? That's a typo, saidan. I meant to type saidan. I wasn't wrong. Saidan desu ne. Poni no daikyokoku wa achira desu. So achira is this way, right? Kochira would be like towards me, sochira would be towards you. Achira is like that away. Over there. Yonder. Poni no daikyokoku. So kyokoku is like gorge, ravine, canyon. So daikyokoku, it's like the Grand Canyon. Poni Grand Canyon. Alright. Oh my goodness. If you look at the transcript, you will see I thought we were gonna go way faster than this. It's not because of stuff earlier in the episode. Just whenever it's Team Skull, it takes like twice as long to dissect it and pull it apart and then put it back together again. So some of that stuff on the transcript is stuff that you can review for next week in advance if you'd like to, because we're about to go see Hapu and she has some fun stuff to say, some really fun stuff to say, that I'm really excited to get to tackle. And probably that won't be a whole episode, so we'll even make our way into Grand Canyon next time. So next week, I think next week. I feel like there was something next week, but I don't think it was a thing that interfered with this. We'll have to see. Thank you all so much for stopping by. The chat was like so fun today. Like I love it when the chat's active. It's so exciting. Because it's like I'm here to study with you, right? We're doing it together as buds time. So keep on studying, everyone. If you've got questions, if you're like, Tom, the way you explained this was a complete mess, I have no idea what you're trying to say, please leave it in the comments. Or like, Tom, you got this totally wrong. Look at this. This is the way you actually do it. Please leave that in the comments, because I want to learn if I got it wrong. So keep studying, keep trying your best. Ganbatte minasan. And, oh yeah, before I go, leave comments. You can also tweet at us. You can also hit us up on our Discord. You can, if you want to, hit us up on our Patreon. I'm not going to complain. And start, practicing, start thinking, hey, this is something that I have weaknesses in. This is something I need to practice in. Because coming up towards the end of the series, we got to talk about what we're doing next, right? Like, ugh. And I want to see how people are feeling, if they think they're ready for more advanced stuff, if we should scale down a little bit. Let me know. I just, ultimately, it'll be up to me and the team to decide what we can tackle. But I do want to hear other people's thoughts and perspectives on that, so start thinking about it a little bit, because you're all along for the ride with us. Thank you so much, everybody. Maybe you could see it as always, thanks you. Oh, itsumo arigato, as always, thank you. Oh yeah, that's, I think that's probably a good way to do it. Itsumo arigato gozaimasu. Yeah, as always, thank you so much. I like that a lot, Gine. Okay. Anything else to say? No, I gotta get going. I was like, in an hour, this will be a short episode. Nope, long episode today. Great stuff. Alright, mata ne, everybody. Mata ne.